Good Sunday morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. We are back out here on the farm project where I've been working, doing different projects out here for, oh gosh, at least a year and a half now. And we've got a little bit of mulching to do today, just clean up a few little loose ends, and I'm gonna show you guys what we got. That's really all we're gonna do today, I think, is really just kind of go around and grind some piles. And there might be a few things I touch up on the back end around that ditch over there that I was clearing, but for the most part, we're just gonna tie these few things up, and I figured I'd make a video with this thing and we'll get at it. If you are in the market for especially one of these Prinoth mulchers that I've got, please check out my friends over at CCE Equipment. They've actually got 2 of these mulcher heads on site right now if you want a Prinoth. But if you want a Fecon, a Dennis Seamoff, or a Lofness, they are also an authorized dealer for those brand as well. They've got locations outside Charlotte, Columbia, and Charleston. So if you're in the Southeast, they can help you out with anything. They also do rentals for skid steers and excavators as well. Use the promo code IDIGIT and speak to Casey, and they'll get you hooked up with anything you need. Well, here's the impoundment. And you guys were curious about how that was looking and turning out. This is where they're at with that. I think it's pretty much done, other than they have to come back and do the service, put in the power service for the well, so that they can flood this when it's time to plant. But it looks like what they did, and I kind of thought this was going to be the case, but I didn't ask them about it. But when they built this berm up on this side, it was really high, but all the top dirt, the topsoil was on the top of it, and it had a bunch of organic stuff in it. I was like, that doesn't look like good stuff to really make a berm with. Well, when they dug all this out, they put the top dirt on top, and it looks like once they got it to grade where they kind of wanted it, or subgrade, they took all that top dirt back off the top, put it out here, and just dozed it all back in and spread it through there. So you're not trying to start over, you know, basically planting in inert soil, clay soil. And he's got that nice top dirt in there that's got all the organics in it. So depending on what he wants to plant, depending on the soil conditions, you just have that tested. You can send that off to take that over to the extension office, have it tested, and they can tell you, tell them what you want to plant, and they'll tell you if it needs to be fertilized and how much per acre and what kind of fertilizer you need and what you need to add to it. So he's got that nice rich organic top dirt on there now, so shouldn't take too much to get it where it needs to be to start planting. Typically these impounds, corn is the most popular thing around here for these impoundments, but yeah, this looks good. This should do nicely. I thought it might be a little deeper, but that looks pretty good. Hopefully it'll flood like it's supposed to. And then this is your entrance where you can get the tractor down in there, but I guess that should work. Feels like the berm should be a little higher, but I think it'll work. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this turns out when it's planted and flooded. But we had a little rain move in, which was good, because if you guys saw the beginning of the video, man, the dust was horrible. This place is kind of either one thing or the other when you work out here. It's either a dusty hole or a muddy, mucky mess. There's not really too much like in between. But I was actually kind of happy for the rain. It was just enough to kind of tamp down some of the dust, but not make it too mucky. It looks like it's starting to rain a little bit again here, but it has kept me from filming how I want to film though, because it was coming down pretty good. But it hasn't stopped me from mulching, it's just stopped me from filming. So, well, we're done with all the piles on the back. We're going to go around to the front. There's a handful up there on the front, around the down the driveway, so we'll go hit that and we'll see what this rain does, and hopefully I can get some more footage. right, so we are done out here for the day. It literally just stopped raining about 10 minutes ago as I was coming back from the ditch down there. It was pouring, and it's not going to be my best video because of the weather, unfortunately. Sorry guys, but while I did, you know, we had these piles out here from where I had come through, and the piles were stuff that when I come back through here and clean some stuff up with the mini, because the first time I ever did this, I underbrushed all this out with that thing in the MTL, and all that's on my channel if you guys haven't seen it, if you want to go back. And then we came back and I mulched out a bunch of other stuff, some of the bigger gums that I couldn't get with the MTL with the mini. And what happened was, and this does happen when you're mulching with that machine in areas like this, you'll top a tree and the top will fall way back in there somewhere, you know. And instead of trying to hunt in there to go get it with the mulcher and damage other stuff you're trying to save, I literally just kind of mulched all this out, and then I came back through and I pulled all those tops and heads out and just piled everything up in here. And my original goal was to come back with the XC8T and grind all this stuff up, but then I got the mulcher and I was like, I'll just come over here with the mulcher and do it. And it worked great. You know, either way, I was gonna have to come back through here with one or the other and mulch all these piles down. I didn't want to do it with the mini because the mini's not great for, you know, the mulcher on the mini's not great for mulching piles. It can do it, but it's really not the best thing for it. So I kind of just went through here, and instead of coming out this way into the driveway, I just kind of followed my old path from when I underbrushed all this out in the first place and just kind of weaved my way through here and ground all that stuff up. Got all these piles cleaned up. And the other reason I wanted to do it going this way instead of this way is because I figured out that mulcher likes to really grab stuff and throw it back up out under the machine. And if I was facing it back this way, this stuff gets shot out this way. You can see a little bit of it through right here. That was from out the front because I had the head facing out this way a little bit, grinding these piles. So I'll pick that stuff up. But for the most part, I didn't throw anything out here into the driveway, which is nice. I don't really have any cleanup to do. So I just went right through here and then had to go around this and went over there and we ground up all those piles, and that's that. So, all right. Really wish it hadn't rained, but it did help with the dust, and I am glad for that. So here's the mulcher. Teeth are still very sharp. A few of them have a little dings and chips and stuff. A couple things I've hit. I did hit a piece of metal over there, just randomly. I picked that up and got it out of there, but other than that, the teeth are in still very good shape. I've got now, I don't know, maybe right at 8 hours on them or so with this. I'm still kind of figuring this thing out. It's kind of its own animal compared to the mini, the mulcher on the mini. So, but it works great. It was great for you know, being a narrower head, for weaving my way through there, working in those tight spots. It kicks butt. I'm really happy with it so far. It's doing what it needs to do, and yeah, we're going to another mulching job tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We'll be out there for a couple days. I'll have this and the mini out there. We got to underbrush out about 1.5 acres or so for a horse pasture. It's a new job, new horse pasture job, not the other one I've been working on. So yeah, we'll be out there tomorrow, so stay tuned for all that. And I'm gonna pull the truck down, get this thing loaded up, and I'm out of here for the day. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I am out. Bye everybody.